Master Reddit, subscribe for more videos.
If people had a 24-hour respawn timer instead of permadeath for deaths that occur before the age of 30, what's something that you would do at least once before your respawn privileges are removed? Jump from a plane. With Freebird on my headphones. Edit. To everyone saying Tom pretty, I appreciate the input, however the words to Freebird and the face melting solo right when I'm about to high-five Mother Earth for the last time swayed it. Note, upon respawn you will return in a safe location at your current age feeling completely refreshed and healthy. Trying all the drugs. Jumping a car off a mountain, stealing a fighter jet and winging it. And whatever impulsive choice I make. Military compounds will be having a hard time stopping all these teenagers and 20-somethings trying to steal their tanks and jets. Wars would also suck. Sieges wouldn't work. Soldiers would just kill each other in shifts and never have to eat. Battles would go on for as long as materials remained, no more losing due to lack of soldiers. Though a question remains of spawn camping. This would make a good sci-fi short story. Combat would become a matter of fighting to gain control of the spawn points, and as a result, fortresses would look much different. They'd be geared completely around defending one single point, or possibly distributing spawns across an area. You could also incorporate that it could be more useful to incapacitate enemies to render them unable to fight, but not respawn. Yeah, it would be housing prisoners in such a way that they couldn't kill each other, cause that's about the same as a jailbreak. War would be completely different and way more aggressive. Rampant suicide missions. The worst downside being loss of equipment, so disposable equipment and suicide vests. Honestly, I could see the people above 30 living in their own society well isolated from the rest. Cast out any new young people from their area. And I almost feel like there is some dystopia book like this. Define healthy. Would children with deadly conditions have to keep dying and suffering once a day for 30 years? Also, what about people who don't live in safe locations? Would they spawn away from their family, totally alone? Answer could depend on how safe is determined. Are you a child with a deadly condition? Bro, I didn't think this question this thoroughly, I just wanted some fun answers tongue. Given the context though, let's just say they have no illnesses when brought back to life. And by safe I mean, for example, if you jumped into a volcano you would not respawn in there and just melt again. Away from whatever killed you, etc. Although I will allow spawn camping. Hope this cleared things up. If that's the case, then a lot of pediatric medicine would turn into murder. Why wait for a broken bone to heal? Just kill the kid. Why perform surgery? Just kill the kid. Why raise a child with autism? Just kill the kid. Why put up with an angsty teenage child? Must be a mood disorder. Just kill the kid. What is an illness? https://abgnews.go.com/health/story I.D. equals 2719254 and page equals 1. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think it's fun to try to imagine the new society that would come from such a drastic change. This world would be insane, hitting 30 would become terrifying. The comments above are about under 30s jumping out of planes, off mountains, from buildings. Over 30s would always be in locations with a roof. Anyone under 30 that was slightly reckless and endangered others would be put in a huge prison/school. They would leave it as an educated 30-year mortal. Or you'd end up zoning off parts of a country for old folks to live safely and other parts where young folk can play with grenades and tigers. Mostly because there would a whole lot more war. Every country suddenly has an infinitely expendable military. War would turn into a sport for the young, or the opposite. Suddenly the only ones who can die are the leaders, so they might be more afraid to start wars that will get themselves killed. What if you do something like jump off a mountainside, and instead of dying you are just horribly injured? Are you then stuck with that reality? I'm sure there would be a paper you would have to file with your doctor saying you prefer being killed to being treated. That way they wouldn't treat you and just kill you. If someone was under 30 in this scenario, I think hospital's EMT/parent/friend would just kill them so they respawn. No point wasting time. Gather all my friends and jump off a bridge to my mother's disgust. Just because your friends jump off a bridge, you wanted to follow them down? No mom, you didn't raise a follower, you raised a leader. I would try so hard to pet every single animal that could kill me. Tigers? Big floofy cat. Alligators? Scales aren't a problem. Hippos? Glug glug, here I come. I'm not trying to kill myself, but if it happens, it's a worthy sacrifice. I will pet all the things. Whatever the tiger did to you would still hurt a lot before you died. Is it still worth it to pet the tiger, even if you can't be killed or permanently injured? Maybe. Cats tend to be merciful, efficient, so they go for the neck. Would hurt for a few seconds at most. Going for the neck isn't necessarily an instant kill. They're basically strangling you while also stabbing you with their teeth and claws. Still better than being eaten by wild dogs, but it won't always be over within a few seconds. Jump from the world's largest building. Also go into space without suit, just oxygen tank, have someone film it so I could later see what death by depressurization looks like. Man, I didn't even think about all the science that would be had. Or entertainment at the least. Yes, the science would be interesting. I was going to get launched into a black hole to see what happens, but then I figured death wouldn't be guaranteed. The possibilities would include 1. Instant death/respawn. 2. You don't die, you just get stuck in perpetual time dilation. 3. You get pulled through and spat out in another galaxy/reality. 4. You create a paradox, you respawn, but due to dilation you appear to still be falling to the outside observer. You are both alive and dead at the same time. You've broken physics. Only number 1 is possible, and it's guaranteed. The gravitational pull is so strong it would crush you. Sucking in so much matter, it would be extremely hot, so you'd melt before you got there. As you melted and became ripped apart, it would take an instant to an outside observer. But to you, it would take a long time. You would be moving through space so quickly, that you would be moving through time very slowly. So a billion-year respawn in an instant. You'd be driven to madness and likely you would get past 30, so technically no respawn. You'd respawn but you'd be an empty shell. I didn't even think about all the science that would be had. I assume this would be horrific. Imagine all the god-awful things Nazi scientists would have done if it wouldn't have killed the subjects. Honestly, a lot of things would be ducked up. All soldiers would be under 30. Wars would be 100 times more intense. Military training would be with real bullets. Running till it literally kills you. Terrorists would be way more effective. Children's suicide bombers would be huge. Child abuse would be insane, especially if the bruises and broken arms were healed if they killed them. Abusive relationships would be terrible. Why stop before it kills you? You'll be fine tomorrow. I don't even want to know what the weird snuff film would be like. If you were to rob a bank, police came and the result was to kill you, would your crime carry on afterwards? Would you get arrested if they found you after you respawned? Or, if you got in jail and then die, would you respawn in jail? If not, there's your answer. I would try to create my own reality comedy stunt show on MTV, a la Jackass, except it would be about finding the most entertaining ways to get myself killed. Hi, I'm Johnny Yaverland, and this is the flamethrower experiment. Opening guitar riff. Other young morons would copy my stunts and get themselves regularly killed, except no one would care. Maybe there would eventually be backlash from the public authorities, who would get tired of scraping up the messy remains of all of my copycats. Nothing. Gotta get that no respawn achievement. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button and comment below letting me know. It helps the channel and lets me create more content just like this. If you do like this type of content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload.